Mark Gilman, along with Western Oregon head football coach Arne Ferguson. And, Coach, the team has been beating itself up here during fall camp, and now they're finally ready. First game of the season taking on the Portland State Vikings, who had their opener last week down at Oregon State. I know a few of the players went down to watch this. You got to scout it via the tube. This is a pretty darn good opening opponent for you guys out of 1AA.
Well, anytime you play up, there's a lot of advantages that they have playing up a division, but they're a very good football team. They're ahead at halftime, 14-13, and we expect a very good opponent. Last year, at the end of the season, they played Eastern Washington in a shootout that could have gone either way. The Big Sky, a couple plays here, a couple plays there, determines the outcome of the game, and we know we're going to have to score points, but also contain their two quarterbacks and receivers core. They're big, they're physical, and they're extremely good route runners.
Yeah. I was going to say there's a lot of athleticism at that quarterback position as well, and they can take off and burn you, and they did that a couple of times against Oregon State as well.
Well, anytime you have a quarterback come in and just scramble on his own for 58 yards for a touchdown and no one even touches him against a very good secondary at OSU, you know they have very good speed.
Yeah. As I mentioned, fall camp has been a real intense situation. I've liked the chemistry that I've seen. It's not like you guys aren't controlling the contact and the like, but I think these guys are determined to build upon last year's success and take it up another level. And I have really enjoyed watching these guys go after it.
Well, we're very fortunate to have two guys on offense with an experienced quarterback, Ryan Bergman, Tyrell Williams, the explosive receiver that's really had a phenomenal fall camp, both of them. Then on defense, Craig Akins, and then Shane Kinsey do it all for us on defense. So those four players have really led by example. It's been a very physical camp. We're not healthy yet. We're going to be healthy, so we're hoping to be closer to full strength by game time, but we just got to wait and see.
Playing up at Hillsborough Stadium, the good news is you aren't having to take a long plane trip. That can be an advantage to the team when you're going up against a team up a level. You aren't having to deal with a long, drawn-out road trip.
Well, honestly, being able to play Portland State, Hillsborough is a great opportunity for us. A lot of our recruits are from that area. We have over 100 players on our roster from Oregon, and then it's nice for them to come and see them play and play up a level.
And playing Portland State here, there are a lot of folks say, it'll be PSU, just walk it over. But I know what you guys want to see. You'd like the W, but you certainly want them to go, that's a pretty darn good D2 team when it's all said and done.
Well, anytime we go into a game, the number one goal is to be successful. We know that Portland State is 9 days ahead of us. Division I allows them to come in earlier. They're a week earlier. They have a game underneath their belt on a very good opponent and played very well. And also, the school-wise, the funding's a little bit different, obviously. So we have a lot of hills to climb, but our players are really, really enjoying this opportunity, and they've had when we played Montana, when we played Eastern Washington. It's another step for our program to really move forward and engage ourselves to the best opponent that we can schedule early.
Then finally, and I'm sure we'll follow up on this in the weeks to come, but the GNAC itself is not going to be a cakewalk for anybody. A very good league. You guys were picked third. You finished in a tie for second last year, but it is that tight when it comes to just the competition at the upper half especially.
Well, our whole conference, first of all, the addition of South Dakota School of the Mines will really help. Also, Azusa taking that next step. They open up with Grand Valley Thursday. So that'll be, I think it's a televised game, so that'll be nice to see them and what they can do against a very good playoff Grand Valley type team. And then we also play Northern Alabama, who's also last year was a playoff team, but our conference was Central Washington, Dixie, Simon Fraser, Azusa, as I mentioned, Humboldt, who know they'll rebound and have a real strong year this year. The level of football is every year, and the GNAC has risen every year, and we expect a very good competition in and out of each game.
All right. And I always expect that Arne Ferguson smile just before game time, and then, yeah, there it is, folks. You don't see it often, and then he's ready to go. But I think the guys have their hard hats on and are ready to try to claim that crown this year.
Oh, we're just tired of beating up on each other and to face an opponent to gauge where we're at, and also to handle the speed of a Division I team is always the issue. Physically, we got to hold up against a very big offensive defensive line, and that allows our players to really work on their technique to do that. And also, we played these games before where things have gone well for a while, but you got to be very cautious if you're 2 deep and 3 deep on these type of games, because those bigger opponents tend to wear you down.
All right. Well, Coach Arne Ferguson, as always, I look forward to the season, and thanks again for your time.
You bet. Thank you.